2, 1.
Once a towering sight for football fans and visiting teams, tonight Texas Stadium is nothing more than a pile of rubble. Tons of particles filled with mounds of memories. Good evening. Glad to see you. I'm Narissa Knight.
And I'm Chris Salcedo. Nearly 40 years of Cowboys history came crashing down in less than 30 seconds this morning. It was an implosion seen by thousands in person and many more live on television and the web, all of them wanting to bid one last farewell to North Texas' landmark. CBS 11's Arzo Dost is live in Irving tonight with the latest on this. Arzo?
Well, Chris, for a lot of people driving by here, it's just not going to be the same. What's left of Texas Stadium will rubble. You know, at one point today, more than 20,000 people were estimated to be here watching the implosion. Some waited all night to see an event that lasted just seconds.
So many great wins and Super Bowls it's going to be sad.
I've been up for 25 hours to watch this.
Texas Stadium is used to drawing big crowds.
I'm here to say goodbye to the Irving Princess.
But this time, fans got together for a final tailgate.
Rest in peace, the Cowboys.
A bittersweet one at that.
Today is the fateful day when it's going down. We had to be here.
As fireworks shot off above the former home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Push a button, I guess.
Hundreds of fans counted down to 11-year-old Casey Rogers from Terrell pushing the button, triggering the implosion.
Seems like my heart right now is just racing.
Nearly 40 years of Cowboys history came tumbling down in about 30 seconds. More than a ton of dynamite was used to blow up the stadium into pieces.
The first explosion, and then part of the roof and the front came down, and then it was just bam, bam, bam. And
you could feel the ground tremor underneath you when it went off.
It was louder than I thought. I mean, you could feel it. You could just feel the sound and the movement, and it was incredible. It's very emotional. It was harder to see than I thought it would be.
When it was all done,
it was just beautiful, poetic justice.
A cloud of dust lingered. As fans looked out at the mountain of rubble, they said their final goodbyes.
It was a Super Bowl ending to the stadium.
And a majority of the crumpled concrete behind me will be recycled. We're told cleanup's going to take a while. It could actually take crews up until July to get this mess out of here. Live in Irving, Arzo Dost, CBS 11 News.
Thanks, Arzo. And once the dust cleared, we got a closer look at what fell and what didn't. Some of the support buttresses. The demolition crew said it expected to see some parts of the stadium still standing.
The charges went off in them, and they're held up by the debris, and it won't take much to get them the rest of the way down.
And traffic wasn't just a problem for people trying to see the implosion in person. It was also high for people trying to watch it online. The city of Irving says so many people tried to watch its webcam set up in and around the stadium. It had trouble recording most of it, but you can see what was recorded on CBS11TV.com.
Well, now that the farewells have all been said, many wonder what's next for the stadium site. CBS 11's Jay Gormley found the answer won't be as easy as the demolition.
It was iconic. It was legendary. It's gone. Now what?
Whatever replaces Texas Stadium has got to be a signature, it's got to be iconic, and it's got to be big.
It seems everyone has an opinion on what should replace Texas Stadium.
I still think there's room in the Metroplex for another mid-sized stadium.
To the family man.
You know what I'd probably like to see there is like a large outdoor park, like something that would bring families together.
80 acres of prime real estate in Irving are up for grabs. Anyone?
The economy has not helped. The world became a whole different place, and so that's caused a challenge.
Hard to believe this site sees 900,000 vehicles pass by it every day, and yet there's nothing in the works. No projects, no plans.
At the end of the day, every deal in real estate's always about location, and it's still a premium location.
Not that anyone hasn't tried. The city has received some rather interesting proposals. Let's see, there was the Arachnodome. Picture the stadium still standing with 8 legs and inside an amusement park. How about a mini ski resort? A mega church has been pitched. The Texas Paranormal Society wanted to look for ghosts in the stadium. And then there was this.
We have had a very creative thought process involving a pumpkin on the 50-yard line on the day of the implosion, and somehow there's this concept that when it blows up, that it would release children from the 4th dimension.
The city is hoping for something more down to earth, like a Millennium Park.
But when you think about what Millennium Park did in downtown Chicago and what it did for downtown Chicago, but part of why it's successful is it's programmed. You've got a concert venue that's part of it. You've got the skating thing that's part of it. They've put activity in there because you can't just put the green space there and say, okay, everybody show up and play Frisbee.
Other hopes and dreams include a mixed-use development of residential and retail, the headquarters of a Fortune 500 company, an Olympic training site, or a giant medical mart. For now, it's all wishful thinking, and it's sad to think that this legendary stadium will soon be one of the largest vacant lots in Texas, with no prospects on the horizon. Jay Gormley, CBS 11 News.
Amazing. For the time being, a look for road construction on the 3 major highways that run past the stadium. 8 years of improvements are scheduled to make the site fully accessible to development. And today is a day many Cowboys fans will be talking about for years to come.
That's right. Anna wrote on CBS11TV.com, quote, "It was so sad, emotional, and powerful. You even felt your heart pounding fast and your body shaking. It was so loud." You can read more comments and leave your own at CBS11TV.com. Coming up, another look at the implosion.
Obama, escucha. Latinos en la lucha.
Today, people marched in Dallas.